in that time. He has fought on HBO 6 times and is about to go into his 7th fight with HBO. He has become not just the light heavyweight champion of the world, but he has won 3 of the light heavyweight titles. Last year, he was named the Fighter of the Year by Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, the New York Post, USA Today, SureDog, and UCN Live. Some of you are present here today, and thank you so much. It's a hell of an accomplishment to be the Fighter of the Year. You can't do that every year, no matter who you are. To go from being completely unknown and to being the man in the light heavyweight division in less than 2 years is a remarkable accomplishment. I don't think that any of us would be here had it not been for the support and assistance of the fine people at HBO. And so today I get to proudly announce that Sergey Kovalev has decided to remain with HBO, the company that has taken him this far, and will, it is his intention and our intention to remain with HBO for the rest of his career, if that's possible. This is the company that has led boxing for the last 30-odd years in this country. It is unquestionably the #1 network in boxing in the world, and it is the place to be if you want to have a high-profile career in the sport and maintain it for a long time. To my right is a gentleman who about a year ago came to fight in the United States for the first time, earned his shot at the title by becoming the #1 contender, has worked hard during that last year to maintain that position and prepare himself with the same opportunity that Sergey came here and fought for just 2 years ago, and that is to fight for the world title. He gets the privilege of fighting for all 3 of those belts, and it is fitting, perhaps, that the sanctioning bodies have in some cases set up situations where people like Najib get their opportunity in a mandated fight so that everybody gets their shot when their time comes. And so, because he wants to keep that title, because he wants to be a good champion, and because Najib has worked hard to earn it, Sergey Kovalev is going to defend that title on July 25th. Now, the other news we have to report today is now that Sergey has moved to the West Coast, has become an LA guy, loves it here, wants to stay here. We are kind of moving his home base. I had a lovely meeting with Richard Sturm at MGM a few weeks ago, and at that meeting he confirmed to me that MGM Grand Mandalay Bay, they want to be in the Sergey Kovalev business. And as I see a vacuum opening up in Vegas for big names, I think Sergey Kovalev is the kind of guy who can step in and fill that vacuum. His fights are electrifying and exciting and thrilling, and that's what boxing fans should expect when they put their money down to come and see a fight. So we have my company has a great history with Mandalay Bay, which is one of the best facilities in the country, in the world. And it's really nice on a personal note to be going back there. You know, we brought Fernando Vargas to Mandalay Bay countless times and had some great nights and great memories there, and we're going to make some new ones now. And so we have. I guess our message today is that it is a new beginning. It's a new beginning with HBO. It is a new beginning with Mandalay Bay. And yet somehow this all feels very comfortable because that is the same team that was in place when Fernando was building his career and becoming one of the biggest box office attractions in the country. Peter Nelson from HBO is not here because of your famous LA traffic. But if he were here, I think he would tell you that the event will start at 10 p.m. on July 25th on television. There will be a co-feature. We're still working on what that's going to be. We'll announce that when we know. The tickets will be going on sale next week, and the price will be from $25, very affordably priced for the fans, up to $300. We want to fill up the room. We want to encourage people who really are fans of boxing. Something that I noticed when I went to the big fight a few weeks ago at MGM, that there weren't any in the room who act like fight fans, like fans who knew who the fighters were. I want to see those people. We want to see them come out because if they do, they will be very pleased. Because I've had the great privilege of being at ringside a number of times now in Sergey Kovalev fights, and it is thrilling. That was really the only word for it. So, moving on. This fight will be fought over 12 rounds for the WBO, WBA, and IBF light heavyweight world championships. It is an IBF mandatory bout. Sergey is 27-0-1 with 24 knockouts from Chal against Grushka, and Najib Iron Jib Mohammedi, 37-3 with 23 knockouts for, please hope I say this right, Gardon Bouche de Rome in France. So I guess we're going to start by introducing the challenger and his management. And so I would like to bring to the microphone Najib's manager, one of his co-managers, Vince Caruso.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kathy, very much. There's not much to say when you fight the #1 guy in boxing. Whether I like him or not, Sergey Kovalev is the #1 fighter in boxing today. Especially after what we saw 2 weeks ago, I'd say it's undoubtedly. He is the top tier. He is a very bad dude. And we're going in there with that in mind. I'm not going to get up here and say that, Najib's going to come and do this and we're guaranteeing a win. You can't guarantee anything in this business. The only thing I can guarantee you is on the 25th of July, Najib Mohammedi is going to make the 175-pound contracted weight limit. That will be a guarantee. And number two, he is going to come in there with a game plan that if he does execute and he does listen to Abel Sanchez, his trainer, he has a very good shot at winning this fight. Because even though Sergey might be stronger, and he might be bigger, and he might have been on the big stage a lot more than Najib has, there's one thing I believe that we have the edge in, and that's desire. When you've been held down your whole life, your whole career, a career that started in 2005, and you have to fight in rooms that are smaller than this, with no TV coverage, no press. And you have to call and beg and offer press guys like the works just to get your name and put in the paper. That's hard times. That's hard times. I don't think Sergey Kovalev goes through hard times. Najib Mohammedi has gone through hard times and he's beaten. He came up to Big Bear before the fight he had on the Bernard Hopkins Sergey Kovalev card back in November. I orchestrated that actually. His trainer that he was with for 14 years got detained at the airport and couldn't get in for that fight. So Najib and John Ali, my co-manager, who by the way is not here today, I'd like you to note that please. His name is John Ali, just like Muhammad Ali. We are 3-1. He's the decision expert. I'm not the one calling the shots. He called me up from New Jersey and asked, hey, listen, we're stuck. What do you want to do? I don't know what to do. Who's going to work the corner? And I worked with quite a bit of trainers that I could call and got in there at the last minute. Freddie Roach, of course, is like family to me. I could have phoned him out there at the drop of a dime. I didn't do it. Sullivan Barrera, our friend who was here, by the way, in the back right there, Sullivan, was on that card already, and he was working with Abel Sanchez. I've always said, after I watched Najib on June 21st of last year, that he is the perfect style fighter for Abel Sanchez's training methods. He fights that, quote unquote, and we've heard it a million times, Mexican style. He's a straight ahead, blood and guts fighter. Nothing really special about it. Like I said, his strength is right here. It's heart. And you show me a guy with heart, and you show me a guy that's sick and tired of being broke, and sick and tired of getting the short end of the deal, I'm going to show you a winner. Because nothing ever lifts adrenaline like the desire to change your life. And that's what we got to look at going in against this guy, because he's a killer. He is #1, big cheese. But that's what we want. That's what we want. We want high risk because we want high reward. In respect to Kathy, she talked about all these great future plans you have with Kovalev. I would have waited till this Mohammedi fight was in the books before you made it along. So, yeah. And I know nobody gives us a chance. Listen, if you ask me right now, if you put this on the board in Vegas, it's a 15-1 underdog. We are the dog, but we are the live dog. Everybody on this team has overcome something. This guy's overcome the temptations of mafia-ridden streets of France, the temptations of joining organized crime. He never did. He went into the food business and took care of his mother and his brothers and his sister. That's what he did. And he worked hard. And he wanted to become a professional fighter. And he's here. John Ali, my co-manager, is a professional singer. He's a great pop singer. In fact, that's why he's not here today. He just released a single with an American artist named Baby Bash. It's called Tonight, and you get that on iTunes, by the way. Last Tuesday. So he is home promoting that. And like I said, 11 years ago, I was a junkie. I was in a Las Vegas rehab, and I never thought I'd be on a big stage again. But this team has a lot of desire. We're going to win this fight, and we're going to win it with heart. From him, to me, to John, to Abel and Ben Lira. Having Ben Lira, Abel, and me in the corner, that's like Lombardi, Landry, and Belichick. It's a lot better than what this guy has. And that's a fact. It's not an opinion. That's a fact. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough from me. That's all I really have to say. I'm not going to waste your time. I would like to have you, if it's okay, can I bring up the big man right here, Najib Mohammedi? He does speak good English, so please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, for the opportunity. I say for me it's a big opportunity. My first time here in USA is just 1 year. Now, I respect Sergey Kovalev. Now is #1 world championship of light heavyweight, and but I not come here for job or for play or for game. I'm here because for change my life, for change anything. I won't be world champion, but I work with Rebel Sanchez in Big Bear for this. For me, it's not. I'm not stupid, you know. I'm saying, what do you think about me, you know? I'm not a baby. I'm not. Excuse me. I'm looking for me. Naive. Yeah, I'm not naive. Yeah, thank you. I'm not naive. I say this fight is very, very difficult for me, but I say it's very difficult for Sergey. You know, it's not difficult just for me because I'm very smarter. I'm faster. I'm in 25 July. I'm ready with my team. I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready for Sergey. And now it is my. I'm the new generation of light heavyweight, you know, because I don't want the same fight of another opponent, you know. Of Sergey. And thank you very much for Katidiva, my promoter. Thank you very much my team. Thank you very much my co-manager Vince Causo and John Ali and Abel Sanchez. Thank you very much for about you. I see you 25 July for the big fight. I promise to you it's a big fight. Thank you very much.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has been through adversity. Were it not for miracles, I don't think anybody sitting on this dais, myself included, would be where we stand right now today. So I think that's part of what keeps this sport alive and what makes it so compelling is the stories behind everybody that comes here. And the truth is, Najib came here last June as an opponent, basically. Came here and won the fight he wasn't expected to win. Earned his place. And has worked for a long time with Abel Sanchez, taken advantage of his time to work with a great trainer, Abel Sanchez. And believe me, we're very well aware that with an awkward style and a great trainer and his heart and drive, that it's not going to be an easy night for anybody. having said that, Sergei Kovalev is something very special, and we all know that. And he is, to me, exactly what boxing is supposed to be. Somebody who goes out there and gives their all, gives 1,000% every time, keeps the crowd entertained, keeps the fight exciting, makes it fun to be there. And that's why sometimes I think we tend to focus on him and his future. And we don't mean it as an insult to anybody. But that's what we have. It's called a star. And to talk more about that star, I'm going to bring up his manager, a gentleman who I've had the pleasure to know for the last 3 years or so, and have gone on this wonderful journey with Sergei. Grateful that I met him, and grateful that our paths have crossed, and that we get to do this together. And here he is, Aegis Klimas.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming for this press conference. Beautiful city, Los Angeles. Thank you, Kathy. She's doing a very good job with Sergei. And I brought Sergei to Kathy, what like a couple years ago. 3 already? Jesus, time is flying. 3 years ago. So basically, at that point, nobody knew. Some people knew in boxing, Kovalev, but not much as he's known today. Talking about, Vince was talking about what we haven't seen bad days in Sergei's career. I would say completely opposite way. I brought Sergei in 2009 to Russia, placed him in Donter training camp in North Carolina, which is in the middle of nowhere. The closest store probably about 5 miles away, around the cornfields, bugs, bears, snakes. He stayed in hangar where Don had built his boxing gym. And at that time, I had many fighters going through that camp. Probably besides Sergei and Gradovich, I would say the longest somebody was hold there, like maybe 3 months, 2.5 months, 3 months, and they were calling me, Aegis, we're done. We're not going to be here. Even you have to take us somewhere, and okay, it's your choice. So somebody went to Chicago, somebody went to New York, and today they have nobody, not even heard about them fighting. Some guys got drunk, some guys taxi drivers, and but this gentleman stayed there and didn't complain a single word for 1.5 years. He was there 1.5 years. So I used to go to Don's camp, me, Don, jump in a van, go around the country just to get the fights, to put in the ring, to get, just kind of. I saw a big talent. Don Turner saw a big talent in him. I couldn't convince any of the promoters. I talked to Top Rank, I talked to Golden Boys, I talked to Dude the Bell, I talked to everybody about giving him a chance. Until one day Don Turner introduced me with Kathy, and she did. She said, "Well, we can try. We can see what's going to happen." And the biggest fight in our career, whatever we had, it was a Darnell Boone. Sergei wasn't ready for it, so it went all 8 rounds, and it was not a good fight. And then the main events asked me, how do you feel about fighting against Darnell Boone? I kind of got, God damn, he's not going to like that. I called Sergei, and I said, Sergei, what do you think about fighting Darnell Boone again? And instead of saying something completely, he says, you know what, great, I want to do that. He says, I want to see how I improved already kind of like almost 2 years passed. He says, that's a fight I want. That's a fight I want. And that I realized, God damn, I really have a good fighter here. That's with a heart. And of course, he did a tremendous job with Darnell. He just walked in 2 rounds, two rounds, and he was a completely different guy because he was already on TV. He was on the big stages. So he had the hard times. He had the hard times. None of that said. So wanted to. I I wanted to thank HBO right now, giving us a very good opportunity for the rest of his career. I wanted to thank again Kathy, Mandalay Bay, for having us there. And don't miss July 25. Who's going to be there? Thank you.
Thank you, Elias. And now I want to introduce to you the IBF, WBO, and WBA light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Kovalev.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming here. What I can to say? Already said enough from my side and side of Madrid. Coming up, I think so, and I'm sure that it's coming up very interesting fight. Why? Because he has, Najib has a very good and big motivation to be champion. And I am my desire to get all my 4 titles. I think so that will happen this year and fight unified and fight against Najib. It's for me next step and next test for me who I am. And I'm not going to say that I will, and I will. It's words of trash talkers. I just gonna to show what I can in the ring. Everybody welcome to Vegas, July 25th, to Mandalay Bay, and have a nice time. Thank you very much for your attention, for my promoter, Katie Dula, and manager that they got someday turn to attention to me and sign me. And right now, my career is on their hands, and I like it. Everything what I have right now, how my way is going, and also I'm very happy that my fights on HBO. I'm happy, and I'm gonna to be best in my division 175. I'm not finished to collection all my belts. I should and I must to get one more WBC title. Just give me an opportunity to fight against the WBC champion. I don't care. Will be Adonis Stevenson or somebody, another guy. I don't care. Just right now I don't wanna even thinking about this, because my next fight will be a big fight and not easy fight against Najib Mohammedi. And thank you very much. Really appreciate that you approved this fight. And I think so enough to say. Thank you very much again.
I have something. I'm going for you. You need win. I'm going for you.
What your deal with Mandalay Bay MGM is this an ongoing deal where Sergey's going to fight there a lot? And secondly, on that part, how do you, I imagine it's going to be 115 or so at July 25th. How do you expect people to want to come in to Vegas at that time of the year?
Well, I think there's a lot of people that live there anyway, and they can come into the air conditioning. And I think some people are there because the hotels are still open. So, it is an opportunity for people that are in Vegas already. And I know already we've had people telling me they're coming in and they're buying tickets. So I think that people in Vegas, people who are fight fans, they're going to get the opportunity to experience him live. And I think that's a great experience, and I think they're going to learn to love him and come back. And as to the first part of your question, This is the first, of course, we can try it out, but as Richard Stern said to me, MGM wants to be in the Soviet Kovalev business. They're even apparently building a property in Russia, and so I think there may be some tie-ins there down the road.
But you don't have a long-term deal signed yet, just that they expressed that they want to be with you.
Yes, this is how we start. We walk before we Steve?
Kathy, question for Sergey, and he is, given your move to the West Coast, did that change the training situation with John David Jackson?
No, not at all. John David Jackson is gonna be coming here and stay whole camp.
Okay, thank you.
So just
How long has it been the idea to bring Sergey on the West Coast? Was it like last year, or has it been like recently, the past 3 years?
You know, it had always been in our minds that he was going to travel around the country and get to know people everywhere. I mean, you have today, Mohammedi fighting here after starting out in New York. It's a good plan, and it's something we had always intended to do anyway. So it's just I think maybe the timetable moved up a little faster than I thought it would, but that's all.
What will the venue be scaled at for this fight? And second part, did Golovkin's success in drawing fans in LA maybe speed up the timeline that you were talking about, seeing that you had another Eastern European fighter that built a following on 2 coasts?
Sometimes stuff works out for a reason. When we started checking availabilities on the East Coast, the buildings just weren't available at the time we needed them. We started checking them on the West Coast, and when you see somebody like Gennady come over here, and everybody wants to see him fight because he's exciting. I think it's pretty much the same thing with Sergey, and I don't think people are coming out because you're Russian or because you're any specific nationality, just because you're exciting. So it's great.
And what was the arena going to be scaled for?
We need tickets or
Is the arena going to be scaled down, or is it going to be full Mandalay event?
I think we're going to scale it down. Yeah, I'm not expecting to sell 10, 11,000 tickets in July.
Do you know what it's going to be scaled for yet?
It's probably about 5,000, 6,000 tickets. We can always make it bigger if the bands there.
Thanks.
If I can ask Sergey, there was a kind of a controversial tweet that you put out about Stevenson. I never saw your response. Can you respond to what some people thought was a racist tweet on your part?
It's not racist post for everybody, I say, and 100% I'm not racist. Somebody stupid man said that it's like looking like that, It's wrong opinion. But I already apologized about this. Apologize about this picture because I didn't think at all that it's somebody can think like that. That is wrong. It's nothing, just a joke. Because Stevenson right now is the most my opponent, desirable opponent, But somebody told just wrong opinion, I'm not racist. In my team, John David Jackson. I very big respect to him. I have to big respect him. Also, in future will be some. Also, don't turn at my team. It's like a crazy thing. Somebody.
Did you reach out to Adonis to say I didn't mean anything by it?
And he tweeted his apology.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That's the way it went out. That's the way it got. Correct?
Yeah, I already apologized about this picture, and I moved from the Twitter, and I never will be to do this because some people wish me not very good things.
He's learning the finer points of hurling insults in America. Apparently, it's okay to insult someone's mother and to call someone a chicken or a duck, but there are things out of bounds in every culture, and he's learning.
Especially when people moving into that position, becoming a star, no matter what you're going to do, you're always going to have people who's going to be looking how to put dirty stuff on you, no matter what you're going to do, even if you're going to do good. Sometimes I've seen that they go to the children's hospitals to donate something, and all of a sudden they start talking about they're pedophiles because they're going to children's hospital. And people, that's again my opinion. Of course, something was done stupidly, he apologized, and we're not gonna do any more comments about it.
And it's over. Yes.
Yeah, for both fighters, this fight was originally going to be on July 18th. It's been pushed back a week. How will you take advantage of the week, the extra week to prepare? And for Najib, this is your first visit to Las Vegas. Your thoughts about fighting in what some people still consider the fight capital of the world?
Yeah, for me it's good, but 18 July or 25 July or 10 July, it's okay for me. You know? I just need one date. It's okay. I'm focused.
Abel won't let him overtrain. It's one thing that we know from Abel is he's very good at that. He'll leave him in it. In fact, it'll probably give him more time, for mental.
That's what I'm thinking. That both fighters could work on some specific things to the fight and give themselves a little added preparation time.
Yeah, we had no problem. When the call came through, he said that, I said, great. I think it's better.
How about fighting in Las Vegas for you? For his fight, how exciting is that for you at this point of your career?
Yeah, I'm really excited because it's a very good place, very nice place. So, I think for any fighter, it's a dream to fight in Las Vegas or Mandalay Bay or Indian Grant or Madison Square Garden, because a long time this place is a very, very nice place for big fight. I'm very happy.
He went from Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall on the undercard of Kovalev and
Right, yeah.
and then he went to the Bell Center on the undercard of Kovalev and Ask. So I mean, he's used to big arenas, and this time is just going to be full.
Sergey, how will you use the extra week to prepare for this fight that you're getting? How will that be used?
It's just additional week for my rest. One more week for my rest.
This is for Sergey or Kathy. Why did Sergey decide to remain with HBO?
Well, you know what? He's been having a pretty great run with HBO. It is the place where all the best fighters in the world have developed their careers over the last 30-odd years, and we think it's a privilege and a great opportunity to do that.
Kathy, Sergey is obviously one of the top
But Sergey wants to
Sorry,
say
my answer is because I signed the extension of this contract because HBO is the best channel in the world and my favorite channel.
Sergey is obviously one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, but when he started, no one wanted to sign him.
No?
So what does that say about other fighters out there? Like, what do you guys say about that?
I think what that says is that if you truly have belief in yourself, and if you truly want to work harder than anybody else, you should give me a call.
Kathy, I know you had an
Is this the first fight of the new contract?
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Actually, kind of crosses over as to the, but yeah, it's a new contract.
I know you had an issue with the Pascal fight regarding testing. Have you guys worked out testing? Are you guys using VADA this time?
We're going to be in Nevada, and Nevada seems to have been taking the lead themselves, and I'm pleased to see that the local commission is taking the lead in testing. Our position has maintained, it has not changed, which is that it's the commission's job to do the testing, not the promoters. And so whatever tests the state of Nevada wants to impose, we'll take them.
How does he explain that he, Golovkin, and Lomachenko are taking over boxing?
I don't know the answer. We're just doing our job and this bringing good boxing to the boxing fans. I'm happy for this.
They're exciting, they have star power, that's what people want to see.
Sergey, question for you. Abel Sanchez used to be your trainer.
now he's training your opponent. Does it give you any concern because he knows you so much better than most other trainers would?
No. No. I don't worry at all about it.
Hello?
Even